So we're doing a check-in for the Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Cross Watchers. All right, so we do have a full moon in Taurus coming up on November 5th, and we have Mercury retrograde coming up on November 9th. We are in Scorpio season, so there's a lot of interesting change in the air. Let's see how it affects you. Now, this is a general reading. Roles can be reversed. I am going to read it as to see if there's anyone around you romantically, but it sometimes can relate to you in a way that's not romantic. So if I do pull someone around you, it may or may not be a love interest, so keep that in mind. If it's not your reading, I have other readings on my channel. All right, so let's get into it. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Check out your rising sign placements. I highly recommend. And let's get into it. Let's see how's Cancer feeling right now. And we'll also see the person around you and how they're feeling. Give me one card, spirits, angels, guides for Cancer. Ooh, well, we have a lot coming out. I said one card. We got three. All right, so actually we have the Page of Swords. So this is either somebody that you just met who is very curious about you, or there is some internet stalking going on. All right, we have the Headless Horseman coming out, Page of Swords, curiosity. All right, a little bit of curiosity, a little bit of maybe watching. Two of Wands, there's an energy of waiting. So that you could be waiting to hear back from someone on the internet, or there's this energy of looking out to see what else is going on, what's going on out there in the world for you. Four of Swords. So you could be very drained at this time, Cancer. You could also be on a break from speaking with someone with the Four of Swords there. We have a lot of air and then fire coming out. All right, I'm already pulling that you moved away from someone. So we are in, like I said before, we're in Scorpio season. Scorpio is the death card. It's change, it's transition, it's ending. We're in the year number 9. We're closing out karmic contracts. In Cancer, some of you guys could be emotionally withdrawn from somebody or just in general from your life, okay? I sometimes see the Eight of Cups as a travel card, but and I'm going to find out why this is here. There's this element of waiting, hoping, wanting, but being sort of fatigued with this waiting or this wanting, okay? And the Four of Swords is represented here by the vampire. I feel like there could have been someone around you who was emotionally draining to you. All right, there's an emotional exhaustion going on for you guys, right? So let's get into it. Let's see why that's there. Why is the Eight of Cups here for Cancer? Now, some of you guys could actually be going on a trip or just feeling like you need it. Oh God, we have the Devil showing up in your reading for the Eight of Cups. Listen, when the Devil comes out in a relationship reading, it's not usually good. Okay, it's not usually a good sign. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Some of you guys, this could have been, you could be trying to leave behind something toxic, okay, with the Devil. You're just like, not today, Satan. Okay, not today. I'm not doing it. Now we are in retrograde, okay? So there could be this energy of, reminiscing or looking someone up that you haven't spoken to. All right. Give me one more card. Why is the Devil here? Now, sometimes the Devil is attraction. So, undoubtedly, if there is someone that you're avoiding or who's avoiding you or you're not talking to, and it's romantic, there could have been a lot of attraction. But it could also just have been a relationship only based on the physical aspects. Okay, could also have been a Capricorn person here. Seven of Cups. I feel like there is a little bit of uncertainty here with something, with the Devil, okay? I feel like the thing is that, you don't want to be an option to someone with the Seven of Cups. Some of you guys could be very, very intuitive or psychic yourself. All right, so let's see who is surrounding you. So yeah, I am seeing a little bit of a break or emotional withdrawal here in a relationship. You know, I almost am feeling like you're like in a daze a little bit, potentially with the Seven of Cups, right? Five of Pentacles. There's this sense of feeling abandoned. Now, roles can be reversed here, but with the Five of Pentacles, somebody could feel as though you've abandoned them. Because I am pulling for whoever is surrounding you here. So there's a sense of abandonment. There's this sense of you didn't choose me. You know, I'm sitting here waiting and you didn't choose me. Okay, give me one more card for this person's energy. I don't like to see the Five of Pentacles, okay, because it's like being left out in the cold. There could also be some money struggles, okay? Of course, everybody is feeling the pinch right now, right? The shaman here is doing the rain dance. And there's this sense of lack. There's this sense of like confusion, but also this sense of like, I don't have enough. I'm not enough. And you are absolutely enough. If somebody made you feel this way, you know, like I'm not enough, like I don't have enough, like, they're just not giving me all of their energy, all of their time, and they've hit the pause button. Don't ever put your life on hold for someone here. We have a card on the floor. Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, some of you guys could be in a no contact with an individual here. Six of Wands in reverse. There's this sense of, you know, the Six of Wands in reverse is like, I'm not getting the attention and recognition that I deserve. So somebody here could have put you in the corner, so to speak. You know, have you guys ever seen Dirty Dancing? Don't put baby in the corner. Do not put Cancer in the corner, okay? You don't belong there. You don't belong there. So Six of Wands in reverse. There's some poor communication here, for sure, with whoever is surrounding you. And there's this sense of like, I think there's something better out there for me. You know, because when I see the Two of Wands and the Seven of Cups, it's almost like this dreamy, like you get this glazed over look on your eyes, right? When you're in a situation and your mind is just trying to configure a way out. So for some of you guys, there is this sense of like, I'm not thriving here. This relationship, this scenario, you know, this mood, I feel like I'm not thriving here. And like there's somewhere else that I could be thriving more, right? With the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. Okay, so let's see if anyone's taking any actions towards you. Now this could be the other person's energy as well. Roles can always be reversed. Okay, so let's see the person who you came to this reading for, if they're going to take any action. Let's see here. We have the King of Cups. This is your energy. So I get this sense of there are emotions here invested. Okay, the King of Cups has a huge heart space. So, but this is your energy. So we could be pulling your energy here. King of Cups, huge heart space, big emotions. I feel like somebody here is trying to manage their emotions. Okay, it's not heavy in the action. So, and I feel like a lot of you are probably in no contact or the communication is pretty poor with someone here. Ten of Swords. I don't like this, you guys. So even though there are feelings and emotions that, you know, this person has for you, there is this sense of wanting freedom. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords. So I'm going to see why this is here. Some of you could have been ghosted in a really brutal way. So if you guys are feeling betrayed, if you're feeling hurt right now, if you're feeling abandoned, I see you, I hear you. Okay, you're not alone. We all go through this. And like I said before, we're in the year number 9, and we're hit as we get closer to 2026. That's when things are going to be finalizing and starting anew again. And we're talking about karmic contracts that we're ending and that we're purging right now. So just try and see the renewal of hope and learn the lessons, because if we're having something major happen, there's always going to be a major life lesson. There's always going to be a major revelation. you know, with if someone, you know, backstabbed you, betrayed you, ghosted you, whatever the case may be here, just abandoned you, left you unread, you know, used you. The Ten of Swords, this is all Ten of Swords energy. But it's also, I need to learn to not make that mistake again because, you know, potentially you gave too much. You gave them the benefit of doubt. You know, I'm not going to tell you not to love as much as you do because I feel like that's what you do well. But we do have to be more discerning in the people that we give all this love to, right? So why is this Ten of Swords here for Cancer? So some of you, there's this sense of, I just want to be free from this. I want to be done with this. You know, Ten of Swords. Stabbed in the back. Pain. Right. Yes. I'm telling you, the 10 isn't the ending. The 9 is the ending. The 10 is the processing and the finishing up of the pain and the hurt and getting off that vibration so that you can have this Ace of Wands, the newness. So, and guess what, Cancer? There are so many signs who are going through this processing of an ending, processing of a chapter of their lives, or a way of doing things, or a mindset, okay? And what happens next if you let go, you know, if you release something here, the heaviness, the trauma, the burden, the pain, if you transmute that, there's this wonderful new beginning. There's this passion on the other side. And I say it all the time, the only way out of a hard place, of a sticky situation, of pain, is through it. The only way out is through. So, and I see you coming out the other side of something really heavy here. So, and you know, there really isn't much to say. When somebody's going through a Ten of Swords like this, abandoned, betrayed, hurt, there's only so much that one can say and do for you, because you just have to kind of feel it and process it. So I feel like you're potentially transmuting that. We do have the 10 of Pentacles. I love to see that. Okay, we have 10-10 here. We have the 10 of Swords, and we have the 10 of Pentacles. So a lot of you guys could be very well connected in your community, right? Maybe you have a huge support system. Cancer, you guys are known for being homebodies and for loving to be around your family. And I feel like this is you here trying to build a dynasty of wealth, you know. For some of you, if you have children, you could be thinking about, I need to, you know, have an empire to leave for my children. I need an inheritance. I sometimes see the 10 of Pentacles as an inheritance, but I just feel like it's you here having a community of people. Maybe you have your friends have your back right now, okay, because you went through something really difficult and there's a community of support. And if you don't have one, now's the time to have one. Now's the time to forge those bonds, better bonds. Platonic relationships are equally as important as romantic. Some might say they're even more important because these are the relationships that are going to stay with you. So now's the time to find your tribe and to, you know, rely on them. A lot of you guys could just be trying to work through, like physically, you know what, I'm focusing on my money. I'm focusing on my wealth because times are tough right now. So I feel like a lot of you could be doing that. And let's get a different deck. I want to see what this Ace of Wands is for the Cancer crew, because there's some good things coming in. We always have to have that hope. Okay, so in regards to whoever it was who was surrounding you and that spread, I feel like there's this sense of, I need to get out of here. There's something better out there, and there is. There's something better. 10 of Wands, this was coming out before, you know, everybody's feeling this, okay? Everybody's feeling heaviness, but I feel like potentially you're trying to lighten the load, lighten your load, you know, like find a way to not do everything alone and maybe not take on other people's burdens and responsibilities that don't belong to you, right? So maybe it's time to say no a little bit more and to rest, get some rest. Some of you guys could be having issues with sleep. Yep, there it is. There's the Three of Swords. Some of you guys are feeling rejected still. And I feel like this heaviness of feeling rejected or feeling like now you have to do everything alone is going to bleed over into anything good that could be coming in. The way, just I don't want to focus on the negative here, but it keeps coming out in your reading, so I have to address it. Let's get some advice for Cancer, because anything new that's coming in is going to be met with sorrow and with heartache, and it's going to kind of sully any kind of newness that's coming in, right? So, and you have to feel that. You have to process that. You have to do what you need to do, but we must find a way to open your heart. Yes, here it is. This is the answer for you. Go out, have some fun. If you have friends, I mean, if you don't have friends, now's the time to make them, okay? I'm assuming that we all have some people that we can go to, a sister, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin. Maybe you haven't checked out that new, I don't know, the new nightclub or that new restaurant. Like, go out and have some fun. Meet some people right now, because things are really heavy, and community is the time where this is the time for community when you're struggling, when you're feeling rejected, when you're feeling like you're doing it all alone. This Three of Swords, this heaviness, this heavy pain doesn't have to just be romantic, okay? I feel like a lot of people are feeling it right now, right? Like, how am I going to afford groceries? How am I going to do this? Go to your community. Go to your church. Go to your temple. Go out in the world and be around people. Now is the time for unity. And I feel it here in your reading. Emperor, some of you guys could have an Aries around you, the Emperor, and the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands came out in your reading before. So why is that there? 3 more on this Two of Wands for Cancer. I feel like the Two of Wands is planning. Some of you guys, I feel like, could be trying to start a side hustle or something like that. Or maybe you're starting a project with your friends. Because the Two of Wands, I see that as planning, like research and planning and development. It's e-commerce. It's like I have an internet business. Not all of you are going to relate to that. Some of you guys are just in this energy of waiting. Oh, yeah, potentially you're waiting to hear back from somebody. But the thing is here with the Seven of Swords is like, I don't like that, okay? So if you're waiting to hear back from someone, I feel like there's an avoidant in your midst. And it's bleeding over into the newness. I keep saying that. All right, one more card of advice, and we'll get some oracle cards for you. You can't tell someone to stop waiting for a message from someone. You have to kind of discover that on your own, that it's time to live your life. The Page of Cups. I keep seeing newness cups here with the page. Why the Page of Cups? Go out and flirt with people. Yes, I'm telling you. Process this Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is leaving. It's being emotionally withdrawn. You need to lean into that. And potentially, the Page of Cups is a very flirty energy. The Page of Cups is a very light energy. So, try and bring some joy into your life. Try and bring some lightness into your life and process this Eight of Cups emotional withdrawal, okay? Because I feel like this is going to be the key for you transmuting this energy of waiting for somebody here who's an avoidant, or, somebody could have lied, cheated, stolen, or, the Seven of Swords is also this energy of self-sabotage. So, I hate to see somebody in the Seven of Swords energy, okay? Because that's just like your mind is bombarded with, tactics or avoidance here. It's a very avoidance, a very self-sabotaging energy. So you want to get out of that Seven of Swords, waiting, and get into this energy of processing this feeling of emotional withdrawal, this feeling of I need to get out of here, and get into this lighthearted energy, okay? Because there are other people out there. There's billions of people in the world. Okay, you guys, this is a very heavy reading. Let's get some oracle cards. How y'all doing out there? Thanks for showing up. Sending you a big hug for what you guys have been through. There is light at the end of the tunnel. And we are approaching the holiday season, so hopefully you have some family to be around, and that will help lighten the load. Strength. Face your fear. Every challenge is a blessing in disguise. I was saying that before. I was saying, you know, if you're in this Ten of Swords energy, there's a lesson to be learned from betrayal and trauma, and to try and find that. There's a blessing in disguise, a gift that makes us stronger, more conscious, and ultimately more alive. So being consciously aware, so that you can try and avoid this happening again in the future. You know, you live, you love, and you get hurt, and then you do it all over again. We have honor. Care for your soul. Honor the divinity within you by practicing extreme self-care. Yes, it's definitely a time for self-care. Whatever self-care you do, maybe you don't go to the club, maybe you get your nails done, maybe you get your hair done, maybe you get a massage. Just do that to get you out of this waiting energy. All right, let's see. Pull another card from Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. We have Escapist. Come home to yourself. I feel like a lot of you in this Eight of Cups energy are not being in the present moment. You know, I'm getting this sense of like sitting and like staring off into space and just really heavily contemplating about what happened, which feels kind of, it's this disconnected feeling. So try and come home to yourself. Try and be more conscientious and, you know, breathe, live in the moment, focus on the now. I know every time that you get into that moment where your eyes are glazed over and you're like having a PTSD moment, or you're really thinking hard about what happened, try to breathe and come home to yourself. Be present in the moment. You're good now. If you need to do some somatic dancing, do that for yourself. All right. Be present in the moment. Wings. You never needed those wings to fly. These ones are just kind of funny. I don't know. All right, you guys. I'm going to get on out of here. Cancer, I'm sending you a huge hug. For anyone who's going through a difficult time, the only way out is through. There is a new beginning on the other side of processing this difficult ending or time, whatever you're going through. So I hope this elevated your consciousness in some type of way, shape, or form. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.